So I'm Sujith, so working for Happiest Minds as a senior technical lead, ITOM and ITSM. Well, it started in July 2018, so wherein we were actually thinking to establish a well-set NOC and SOC environment. So for NOC environment, we predominantly go for a monitoring tool such as Manage Engine Ops Manager, Applications Manager. At that point in time, we didn't have then advanced analytics. So at that point in time, we were thinking of manual reporting. Then down the later, we have Manage Engine Advanced Analytics, who plays a major predominant role for reporting purpose and dashboard. And we have also integrated Managed Engine Service Desk plus MSP because we are a managed service providers providing service to various customers with the various verticals, starting from banking industry to finance industry, hospitality, all those stuffs and all. And next we have something called as an AD Active Directory Management also, so wherein our internal IT team uses that. And also we are using for Desktop Central MSP for patch management, asset management and software compliance. And we have Zoho Assist as a remote tool and Zoho Vault as a password management pro. We are a managed service provider, global system integrators. We do have services across various verticals. We have product engineering services, we have database services, we have infrastructure management security services, we have robotic process automation services, so which lies on the different sectoral verticals of the sectors as well. So each product, each business unit is responsible for their, like their KPIs and all. And from I belong to the vertical called infrastructure management security services, where we predominantly uses the monitoring tools like Manage Engine Ops Manager, Apps Manager and all. So which which we're using from last 5 to 6 years, and I must say the team is running very smooth with that. So managed service provider. So managed service provider is typical service providers, as we all know. So basically, if I'm providing a service to the customer need not to have any tool. Starting from monitoring, reporting, ticketing, analytics, everything we will take care of it. We will manage their customers' end-to-end infrastructure with our robust process automation with respect to ITL methodologies of Service Desk Plus. And as well as we provide the various KPIs, availability SLA, all those stuff, service level agreement in terms of response SLA, resolution SLA. So based on that, we value the customer and we provide the value add services as well, such as suppose, let's say, we have something called as an advanced analytics. So where you can see, okay, this server is not utilizing at this point in time. So we can tell the customer, hey, using the capacity management, definitely we can bring down some, like the server value. I do handle tools platform. So the entire tools architecture in Happiest Minds infrastructure management security services with respect to shared services is been handled by our team. And we are having, as I said, multiple tools like Manage Engine Applications Manager for application performance monitoring, Manage Engine Operations Manager for infrastructure monitoring, Manage Engine Service Desk Plus, we have dedicated version, we have on cloud, and we have MSP, and we have Desktop Central, and we have advanced analytics for the reporting and dashboard, and we have dedicated Service Desk Plus instances hosted for the customer. And also we do provide the services in terms of how best we can automate it in terms of alert correlation, alert separation, or the noise reduction. We have the intelligence of that, and my team will be predominantly taking care of if there is any tools upgrade issue or a tools if there is any response slowness. Or typically we usually don't get, because already we are using Manage Engine. So once in a blue moon we might get some issues like an upgrade failure or something like that. At that point in time, without any hesitation, we call the support. They are always ready to help us 24/7. That's where we are. Earlier, before Manage Engine Advanced Analytics used coming into the picture, the reports used to export in an Excel. All the sort of analysis, the recommendations or the analysis part, or I would say the SLA calculation, each and everything we used to do manual. Now, once analytics comes to the picture, we have out of the box connector with our Manage Engine Service Desk Plus MSP on demand and on cloud, just an API integration. We have all the data enabled with respect to incident management, change management, and service request, and of course problem management. So whatever the work that we used to do, it used to take us for 2 days to 3 days to prepare a WSR, that's a weekly status report, that we are doing it now within 2 hours. So that's the impact that, and it is also saving some manpower, because earlier 2 to 3 people were dedicated for that reporting itself, because each week client asks the status report. In a week, how many incidents were logged, how many were P1, how many were P2, and how many were P3, what is my response, what is my resolution, is my SLA achieved or not. So all these things we are able to bring in the data from analytics itself. So it's just exporting the dashboard, importing into PPT slides and presenting to the customer. It's just a plug and play, which is making our work very easier. So let's say in a typical IT environment, we have various tool sets. It need not to be managed engine tool set. It could be any other tool set. It could be something like an open source tool. Okay, and the data, it could be something like any other ITSM tool. Okay, so what the technicians was doing before analytics coming into the picture, it used to export the report in an Excel or a CSV, get the pivot chart or a pivot table with respect to what is my availability, what is my response SLA, what is my resolution SLA. And we were having, companies were having a different set of applications. It need not to be a monitoring tool. It could be something like your data part, the sales revenue or any sales data. Excel plays the major role there. So here, once the analytics comes to the picture, it is just a data plug and play, where you can get the beautiful dashboards and reports created out of it. And it also helps most of the verticals, from starting from sales, recruitment, your IT ops, your IT service management, making work so easily so that the people can think, okay, yeah, this is the dashboard which I was looking for, from CXO perspective, from CIO perspective, from an IT manager perspective. So all these things. So in spite of we creating it in a PPT and presenting it to the CXO levels, we can do it in analytics, which is making our work very easier. So the reason why I recommend Analytics Plus is 2 things. One is it's very user friendly. So in terms of not much, I would say 0 coding expertise required. No need to hire a separate development team as we have for another analytics Power BI or BI tools. Okay, so we don't have a dedicated engineering team. No need to have that. Everything is well organized. We have to just plug and play. We have to import the data, and now importing the data in analytics is way too simple. You have an extensive capability of importing the data from AWS, Amazon Cloud, your Google, your Azure, your any on-premises database, of course from feeds, URLs, and out of the box we have industry standards ITSM tool like ServiceNow, Manage Engine, Jira, and you have Support Center Plus, Zendesk we have, and I have seen in the Manage Engine Analytics roadmap there is a lot more to come. So I personally recommend Manage Engine Analytics because it does not require any development team or any dedicated team to work on Manage Engine Analytics. Any 1 year or a 2 year experienced person in an IT industry can easily understand what is an analytics, how it will work, how simple we can create reports and dashboards out of it, and we can play with the charts, we can play with the numbers, we can play with the pivots, we can play with the geo maps. It's quite easy. So considering all the aspects which I said for last 2 to 3 minutes, I would strongly recommend to use Manage Engine Analytics Plus.